Yeah, there you go. What's up, bud?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great.
Repping those Wolverines?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Give us 1 minute. We're gonna get going on a gratitude journal, and then we'll cut it over to me and you.
All right.
Okay, if you guys got your journals out, grab your journals really quick. We're gonna take 1 minute. Three more things in our gratitude journal we're grateful for. So we're building off of that, off of our list. No repeats. Three things you're grateful for. So find a journal, write those things down. A little explanation as to why. My family, sourdough bread. We're reading through Bobby's thanks gratitude list yesterday. Her number two, or last week. You guys remember my wife Bobby that was on last week? Her number two gratitude was sourdough bread. How many of you guys like sourdough bread? I see that hand, Ellie. Yeah. Sourdough bread. She makes a lot of it too. She better like it. My kids love it. Bo can put a whole loaf down. Okay, three things you're grateful for. What do you got? Anybody got something you want to share really quick? Micah does. Go ahead, Micah.
I got baseball, Chick-fil-A, and a roof over my head.
Boom, buddy. Who doesn't like Chick-fil-A? Let's go.
My sister.
So good. Anybody else want to share something? Brighton?
I wrote down lacrosse.
Lacrosse. How many of you guys play lacrosse? I know Jackson does. Brett, Davis, Brighton. Yeah, we've got a little lacrosse group. Okay, awesome. We've got a good little group tonight. We want to thank and welcome Diesel Taylor onto the call tonight. So our mission or our vision is to develop an army of D1 capable leaders, and each week we're going to try to bring on more guests of people and athletes and coaches that are a few steps ahead of us. Okay, in the process, and Diesel is a senior out of Del Norte, San Diego. He's a quarterback down there for Del Norte. I had the chance to go watch him and his team a couple weeks ago. But this month, like we've been talking about, we're beginning to talk about, is about love and also leadership. And so, one of the big things I'd like to Diesel to talk about a little bit is maybe just a little bit about your story, Diesel, and kind of how you develop the love for football. I think, in my estimation, you have a deep love and passion for the sport and what it's brought to you and in your life. And everybody on this call has a different journey as kind of levels. We have fifth graders up through juniors in high school. We have gymnasts. We have lacrosse players. We got football players. We got baseball players, water polo. Everybody's kind of exploring and also finding and developing themselves within their sport. So I'd love to hear your just kind of story of football and how you found that love for it.
So yeah, I found the love for football really early. I played a bunch of sports since I was like 5, 6 years old. Played basketball, baseball, and then I played football and I liked it the most. So I just started just working out, practicing every day. I told my dad that I wanted to go to the pros and all that. So he laid out kind of what I needed to do for my
When
whole
did
life and what I
Hey,
needed to sacrifice.
Dees, when did you
What's up?
tell your dad that? At what age?
Uh, yeah, around 8 or 9.
So you had a clear vision, kind of 8, 9 years old, what you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Cool.
kind of just playing for fun, all the sports, and then I told him like I wanted to go to the pros. And then he kind of, just laid it out. He told me I needed to sacrifice friends and time, and it wasn't gonna be easy. And I told him that's what I want to do. So I would just say find something that you like to do because you're gonna be doing it your whole life, and something that you're obviously good at, and then just practice and have dedication for it because you're gonna have to give up stuff that you that you can't do as a normal person, to accomplish your goals. So yeah, I developed a love for the game all the way since I started playing it, and then I still love it, and I'm still working hard to try to make it to the pros. I'm only a senior, so I got a long way still.
Let's actually go back a little bit. So talking about sacrifice, friends, obviously there's a lot of distraction out there. People, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but people trying to pull you off of your path because whatever the reason it is, whether they're jealous or whether they just want you to hang out with them. But having that conviction to say no, how did you develop that? And how many times do you feel like did it take for you to really develop the true kind of sacrifice and dedication that you wanted to achieve?
Um, it kind of took a while. Like at first, I thought it was gonna be easy. Like, oh yeah, just don't hang out with your friends too much. Don't do anything stupid. Throughout middle school, I wasn't really fully locked in, I would say. And then when I got into high school, my dad he called me out on it, and he was like, you're gonna have to do this and this and that. Like, it's not gonna be easy. Like, you need to give up this stuff. So I kind of like took it for granted when I was like 14 years old. But then I saw like other kids who were doing the same thing. They weren't going to parties, they weren't hanging out as much, they weren't having sleepovers or anything, and they were really locked in, and they were making plays on the field. So I was like, my dad's right. I gotta listen to him. So I started doing it, and like after freshman year, I was on varsity, and I started just making plays, and I was like, this is it.
When you started making plays, what that do to your belief and your self-confidence?
It just shot through the roof. Like I had so much confidence after my sophomore year, going into my junior year, because I knew I could like really be some if I just kept working.
Yeah, no, 100%. So playing quarterback, you're obviously the leader of the offense, oftentimes the leader of the team. What's your kind of mentality and approach towards leadership on your team right now?
So I just transferred in from Arizona, so I came in. I wasn't gonna like, be screaming at anyone or telling anyone what to do right away, just because I just wanted to earn the team's like approval and their trust. And then once I got that, then I kind of knew like they're counting on me. So I just took full responsibility of being a leader. I was talking to them after practice. I was staying after practice. I was telling them to meet with me after school on the weekends, all that. I was hosting meetings at my house, and I just started, just showing them what we need to do on the field. And then it started progressing. Like after game three, we started, and I think that's the game that you came to. We
Yeah.
started putting a lot of points on the board because we started out pretty slow. I came in like a month before the season, and we weren't fully a team. And then right when like they kind of accepted me and I took the full like accountability of being a leader, we just started, going from there.
I love it. And you paired up. So Diesel's head football coach played 11 years in the NFL, Nick Barnett for the Green Bay Packers. He's an outside or middle linebacker. So extensive knowledge of the game, knows what it takes to get to the highest level and then stay at the highest level. The career span of an NFL player is short, but to stay that long, Coach Barnett is an awesome leader as well. I'd love to know, kind of pick your brain a little bit, Diesel, on what insights have you gained from Coach Barnett and his experience and the way he leads the team? You hear that?
A lot. That's actually why I transferred from Arizona, because I wanted to go has done what I'm trying to do. So he was in the league for 11 years, and he went to college, and um just he's taught me so much, and I still got, another half the season left, so he's going to teach me more. But the things that he's told me is like um so much. Like he basically he gives me like all the control, and he lets me freely like control the team, and he just tells me that I need to, like, I don't know how to put it. He tells me that I need to um stop getting so negative. He tells me, because when I first came after I got their approval, I was like screaming at people, just like we need to be better and better like that, because we lost on our second game. And then he told me I need to be more positive. So I just started preaching positivity. And then going into that third game, we won by 40. And I was like, good work, guys. We just need to keep this up. And then going to our fourth game, we lost to a really good team. It was really close. And he kind of just made me believe more in my team and just staying positive. So that's one thing I just preach with my team is just being positive. And that's one
Love
thing
it.
that he's taught me a lot. And he's a linebacker, so he gets heated, and then he even, he knows like even he has to be positive sometimes.
No, 100%. So that positivity. So this month we're actually working on positive self-talk. We learned last week from Tyler Batty about how self-doubt can be one of the biggest issues for taking people off of their path because they lose that confidence. And so we're going to try to build that positive self-talk within each other. How do you balance that? Because obviously playing, we go through the highs and the lows within practice, within games. Good plays, bad plays. How do you remind yourself, or how do you talk positively to yourself in a game when it matters? Like, how do you bounce back from those?
I just bounce back with like I just said, positivity, but also confidence. Like you got to have confidence in yourself, to do anything. And that's one thing that he said I kind of lacked when I got here. And just one way to bring it up is just to just be a baller, just freely do your thing. So he started giving me a bunch of control to the offense. He started letting me do audibles and all that, and it just started working. And I just gained a lot of confidence and positivity, and then now we're just balling right now.
I love it, man. So, couple more questions. So we've got we've got big games coming up. We've got big gymnastics meets coming up. We've got big lacrosse games coming up. How do you prepare mentally to try to calm your nerves going into something like a big moment or a big game where it matters? Everybody's watching you. How do you try to just stay grounded and prepare yourself to be the best version of yourself when it matters?
So a big thing I would say, and I got this from Kobe, who's one of my favorite players, is I don't know the exact words, but like confidence comes from how you practice. And it's not like you get nervous when like you haven't given your all that week. So going into the week before your game, your meet, whatever you do, or even the month, like you gotta work hard, and you gotta have confidence in your shot, your swing, whatever you do in gymnastics. Like you have to be confident that week, and you have to train that week before the game. So then going in the game, you're like, I've repped this so many times. I know I can do this. Like you gotta have that confidence, basically.
I love it. You play how you practice. You play how you practice. Awesome stuff, Diesel. So many good takeaways for these kids. One last question. If you had some advice kind of to your younger self, if you're just speaking to your younger self, maybe a freshman in high school or eighth grader, kind of getting ready to take that stage and take that next leap, what advice would you give to yourself looking back on how you were approaching it back then to kind of where you've developed now?
One advice I would give myself is don't take any breaks like over the summer where it's like I just want to have fun. I've sacrificed so much not having any friends. Like I'm gonna go hang out with friends for like a good month or anything. Don't take any breaks. Just get a routine, get a schedule, a weekly thing, a monthly thing, and stick to that all year round. And just like go to your trainers every day. Whatever you do, just do it every single day. Like don't get out of the routine at all. Maybe Sunday's your rest day, but just don't have too many rest days, basically.
I love it. You stack those days every day, man. It's consistency over time. So good things coming from Diesel. He's going to finish out his senior year. We're going to see where he goes and plays college ball. We'll keep a close eye on him, but appreciate you, Diesel. The work that you put in is paying off. It's been really cool to see it all play out for you. Good luck to you the rest of the season, and go get it, man.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dees. Hey, everybody, you guys have a great night. Good stuff. We'll be on tomorrow.